Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day and a wonderful start to your weekend. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Do me a favor though, before we get started, hit that like button and let me know if you are finding any benefit here, of course, with commenting below. Now this little range here, we can see this purple range I have drawn out. That's a previous support zone. Now, tentative resistance zone. We're kind of traveling within that resistance zone. So we can see this aggressive candle wake up, the price pulled back. Coincidentally, Bitcoin did pump that same exact hour, so it's not like it was unwarranted. But it was one of those situations where the price action essentially is restricting itself at this level. Now, Bitcoin is making a run towards 67,000 right now as we speak, so 170 could very well be broken here soon. Either way you look at it, let's take a look at the backend data and see if there's anything else we can kind of extract for liquidation data. See if there's any late shorts here. Here's the monthly. Just to clarify, there's not a lot of shorts on the monthly. They've all been swept down as low as at 158 to 160. More recently, here's the last 7 days. We can see very little as well. We might have to zoom in pretty small here and see what's going on in the last 12 hours. And there are some liquidation levels at 172, 173. But still, you can see a heavier concentration below the price action, implying that people have more confidence in Solana going up than down. Makes sense though, because again, Solana is doing very well. Even though Bitcoin is doing great, Solana is doing better, if that makes sense. So again, just one of those coins that, again, that's exactly why I get the reason, or I have to explain myself, I don't know why, as to why I don't short this coin. It's really rare for me to short Solana. I think I've done it maybe once in the last year or two, and mainly because it's just such a good coin to the upside that even though it dumps sometimes, it's difficult to want to short against it because it's a racehorse. All right, so again, awesome stuff there. So really quick, oh, you know what? Speaking of awesome, this is actually really cool. I don't know if you caught this earlier, if you saw my video from earlier today. Again, this is just a quick update, but congrats to our community here, folks. Awesome stuff. Cardano, 46%, 50% ICP, and Near Protocol, 52%. I like to highlight that because not only is that a positive sign, positive thing for our community, it's also important to recognize that those are low leverage trades, folks. And if they were high leverage, we would have got destroyed with a sweep over the weekend. So just some friendly advice. No more than 5x leverage on alts, and 10x for Bitcoin. That's basically my rule of thumb. And if you're curious about that, jump on over to my, I have a bunch of shorts now on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Telegram, all that fun stuff. And I talk about leverage type and amounts there. Maybe go ahead and check that out and see. Because again, I like to reiterate that and reaffirm low leverage is king. I think it's important. Unfortunately, there's a trend right now that people just have to do 50, 100x leverage, and they only share their good trades and the bad ones never seem to surface. It's quite comical. Anyways, okay, so daily time frame, simple moving averages, same thing with Bitcoin here. Look at this, the 50-day SMA hanging out at 155 now. We're above that. We closed above it yesterday with a nice doji candle, and again here today with some solid growth. So again, that doesn't mean the price cannot pull back. It just implies that if it does, or in general, the overall sentiment here is now bullish. So we can say that Solana has broken bullish. Cool thing is we're not even over 70 in the RSI yet, so we still have plenty of room for growth. Money flow index is right there with it. MACD, stochastic RSI converging. So again, we'll probably see a little bit more volume and volatility here for Solana to pick back up over the weekend. I think there's a distinct chance that'll happen. It really just depends on Bitcoin dominance. If it decides it wants to stay where it's at or come down, if it goes down, alts are going to go up. There's no other way around it. So 4 hour time frame, we're kind of treading water here at 70. There's a decent chance the price could pull back here considering it's been hanging out there for too long. And when you stay above 70 on the RSI for an extended period of time, the RSI typically pulls back with a price. So keep in mind, we could see that. We got stochastic divergence here letting us know shift in momentum is coming. Wouldn't be surprised if the price pulls back. If it does though, just keep in mind there are 2 areas of retracement that are quite common. First of all, it would be the most recent high here. That's generally the common retracement area, right? Or we could see an ABC pattern here effectively, which looks a little something like this, down to the most recent high, establishing itself halfway up and then pulling back down to the 0.382 Fib level. Okay, so 0.382 being the more recent high here, right in that range, that would make the most sense for me. I would say 160 would be an excellent consideration for an entry here. I'm going to set an alert just for S&Gs, see if that happens. The likelihood of that happening is pretty low. Every time I set an alert, the price likes to come super close and avoid that level. We've seen that with Bitcoin. We got a Bitcoin long at 60,000. Price comes down to 60,200. We took a Bitcoin long yesterday at 64,400. Price comes down to 64,550. So it's funny how it works out, but that's just how trading goes, folks. You can't always get your fills. But the general consensus here is that the price action is looking good. If we do see this pullback, those would be common areas of retracement. Again, always focus on the most recent high as the new low. That's a general consensus of just how trading typically works. All right, so just some things to kind of think about there. Either way you look at it, let's go ahead and double check the hourly and see if there's any shift in momentum here, and we'll call it a day. No major shift, but lagging span is getting closest to the price action. So unless we can break above and continue higher, we're not going to see the lagging span do the same thing. So ultimately, that window of opportunity is closing, and you may want to consider securing some profits on a trade that you have, depending on how you got in. When I say secure profit, I don't mean close it and walk away. I mean secure 60, 70, 80% profit of that trade, and then let the rest ride. Set your stop loss accordingly, adjust it higher, price pulls back, you're still in the green. There's different ways to manage your trades. I talk about that in my trading academy consistently, and then more importantly in our university, or more so just with our community. A lot of my graduates understand that, but at this point, if you're kind of new to the channel, you'll recognize that less is more in a lot of ways. Just all about risk tolerance and working within your means. That's the general idea. So I hope that you learned something here today. Do me a favor, like the video, comment below if you could. Do yourself a favor, join BitUnix, phenomenal exchange. Use this link for excellent rewards. And the link's down below, of course. No KYC or VPN for these guys, and they've been phenomenal to our US and Canadian members. So thank you again so much, BitUnix, for just awesome time there. I actually got to meet with the CEO over in Dubai last, roughly a couple weeks ago, and I tell you, it was a wonderful experience. They treat you like family, and it's a really cool thing. So check them out. I think you're going to love them. Have yourself a great rest of the day either way. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.